So I've been watching videos on picking certain tactics to build a YouTube channel that can eventually get monetized. And they say one of the important things is to know yourself, be yourself, and know your target audience. My name is Susan. I'm 59, newly retired, and love hobbies. And now, what a better hobby to start a YouTube channel. If it does flourish, great. You can be excited to be monetized down the road. So we're starting this new YouTube channel, you and me. And I hope that you subscribe, like, and comment. In those comments, I'm hoping to get to know you better and get to know what you want. And you must excuse me, slightly. I haven't figured out exactly where the camera is pointed. There it is. So I'll try to look better for you into the camera. I want to tell you about myself. As I said before, I'm 59. I'm newly retired. I retired from a county job that has a pension. That's why I'm able to retire. 59. And it's not a lot of money, but it fits my bills, which is another reason. If I can make this hobby more fiscally worthy, then that's even better. I was a registered nurse for 28 years. Before that, I was a hairdresser for 12 years, primarily specializing in haircuts, men, women, children, and highlights. I would do cap highlights and foil highlights. I would use bleach or I would use color. All over colors weren't my thing. Too many risky chances that the color wouldn't come out correctly. I was not highly educated in that area. There was no one to help me learn. I loved haircutting. I love taking that head of hair and transforming it into a new shape. And my theory always was, if this hair looks great like this, and styled, moist from being wet and freshly cut, imagine how good it can look styled. Before that, I was, I became a hairdresser when I was 18. Before that, I went to high school, of course, when my youth, and I had a couple jobs. I worked at Hickory Farms in a mall for approximately 2 years. That was when I was 17 and 18. And when I was 16, those BJ restaurants, well, they used to have little storefronts in malls, making pizza sandwiches and salads. And that was my first food service job. My first and my last. I love it. I don't consider selling cheese a food service job. I was retail. But my very first job was when I was 15. It was a very special job. I worked for California Youth Conservation Corps in Torrey Pines Park, California. long-term job of 8 or 10 weeks. And we worked on trails, head posts, or posts that go in your parking spot. Close. Trailheads, posts, shoring up trails. It was quite an adventure for a 15-year-old. I had a neighbor friend who also got the job. So we would have a parent drop us off about 5 miles away at the 4 miles away at a bus stop. And we would get on the bus. It must have been about 6 a.m. our first bus run of the day. And it would run down the coastline between Carlsbad and Del Mar at 6 a.m. Usually we were the only riders. It would drop us off at Del Mar, and then we would walk like a mile and catch another bus, because they kind of had their districts. And we would ride that down to the base of the hill of Torrey Pines State Reserve Park. Many times we walked up that hill. I was never ever so healthy and in shape, because I usually walked about 5 miles a day. Didn't have this back then to tell me how far I walked, but it was about 5 miles. My mom once did the miles to see how far it was. It was fun. I was supposed to get high school credits for it, but my school didn't recognize that, so oh well. I got paid for it. Had money for, that fall, for money for clothes. I was ecstatic. I learned to open up my first savings account, and I did put half of the money away. And I learned that I like to work and make money. Over the course of this YouTube adventure, you and me, I would love for you to get to know me. Not only my work history, my hobbies. I'm a new sewist, new to it. I've done some stained glass. I'd love to share my artwork with you. And I have an extensive health history. I've had 3 major surgeries. In 2019, I had L5-S1 surgery, where they put rods and screws in my spine. I had a pinched nerve, sciatic nerve, that after 3 years was not resolving. Did the physical therapy, did the shots, I did all the conservative treatments that they can do to try to help you. It wasn't resolving. And so we went forward with the surgery. At that point, just prior to the surgery for the year before, I had been tripping a lot. I was getting a lack of control of my right foot. It was kind of flopping, kind of like a drop foot. And I was tripping a lot. The pain in my foot, my lower leg, excuse the allergies, I'm allergic. Never any tissues when you need them, right? Anyway, thigh pain, not so much lower back pain. So I had that surgery. It took me out of work for 3 months. I was walking after surgery to the bathroom on the day of surgery. I stayed overnight, went home. The first month was quite rough, tired, exhausted, not so much pain. I woke up literally pain-free for the first time in 5 years after that surgery. Now, I know everybody's different, but that was my experience. So as I recovered, they told me to walk. When I first started walking, within a couple days, I could only walk down my driveway, past my house, maybe to the middle of the next house, and then I'd come back, go in my house, go upstairs, and rest. The second month, I was able to walk all the way down my little cul-de-sac street and around, and we would go to Costco or the grocery store, and I would ride the little scooter thing. The third month, I was walking a mile or two. At the third month, I returned to work. Still exhausted. A surgery like that takes a lot out of you. It's exhausting. My second surgery was in 2021. I had bariatric surgery, RNY. I was 255 pounds. To know me is to know I'm not an overeater. Both my parents were chunky, in the 260 range. I have a brother that's chunky, and I have a brother that's not. If you look at the family history of the grandparents, 1 out of 4 grandparents was lean. So genetically, I think genetics have a lot to do with predisposition of storage of adipose tissue, fat. So that was a big change, that bariatric surgery. It took my stomach of normal size and reduced it to about a quarter cup, 2 ounces, 3 ounces big. So I had to learn to re-eat while it healed. Did that well. I went from 255 to a low of 170. Then I hit a plateau that wasn't budging. So over the next couple years, took some really good vacations. You know what you do when you go on vacation? You eat things you wouldn't normally eat. So I gained 10 pounds over those 2 years. But I maintained it. But I couldn't lose it with effort. I couldn't lose it without effort. I wasn't gaining any more weight. So I went on Zipbound a couple months ago, and I'm back down to the low 170s. I'm hoping to hit my goal in the 150s in the next year. I don't expect overnight success, but it's helping. And the waddled neck wasn't so bad. So I just hold my head in a certain way just so I don't have to share it with you too much. My third surgery, I had a knee replacement in October of 2023. Best thing ever next to the spine surgery. My knee would wake me up with pain. Oh my God, it hurt. Painful. Now that surgery recovery a little more painful. That first week was agonizing. Spine surgery, not so much. Don't know why. I did not have a lot of pain after my spine surgery, but that knee replacement, the first month, and I had to go back to work after 8 weeks, 8.5 weeks. I was supposed to have 3 months off, and I had to go back. And it was tough. The first couple of weeks, I was in a lot of pain. But it got better. And 10 months ago, 9 months, 9.5, 10 months ago, I'm grateful I did it. And I went through it. And I'm stronger for it. And I can walk and walk. Something that happens sometimes after you have spine surgery, and I had seam reports on it, is that you can have it because of the lack of flexibility that is caused by the putting in that hardware in your spine, so you have an area that isn't flexible anymore, is that you can then cause degeneration between the discs of areas above it. And I have that. Is it strictly from the surgery? Or is it because it's a hereditary thing? My mom, at the age of 90, had shrunk 7 inches in height, primarily in her spine, from degeneration. So I think when it comes down to it, there are certain things you can fix and certain things you can't. I'm at the age where I'm still active, mobile, trying to increase my exercise, living a new life as a retiree, discovering my new options, finding some of my old cells coming out to rediscover and improve. This is an adventure for you and me. Let's discover each other. I'll display me, you make your comments, and we will work together and grow a wonderful channel that's made for you and me. Come join me. Subscribe, like, and comment. Now remember, I'm new at this. I don't know if it's going to come on this side or this side. So, be nice and remember that. Don't comment on my wobble neck. She doesn't mean to. Is that better? I could use filters, but I don't like the idea. Anyway, that's all for now. Episode 1.